In a city census, hundreds of variables are measured for every household. Some of these variables show clear geographic patterns. Income tends to be higher in certain districts. Others are flat everywhere. Shoe size does not depend on your neighborhood. SpatialDE asks, which genes show spatial patterns in our tissue? Consider two types of census variables. Income varies systematically across neighborhoods, high downtown, lower at the edges. That is a spatially patterned variable. Shoe size, on the other hand, is random, no geographic trend at all. In spatial transcriptomics, some genes show clear spatial gradients, while others are uniformly expressed. Spatially variable gene creates a recognizable pattern across the tissue. Maybe it is expressed highly in the center and fades toward the edges, a gradient. Or it might mark specific domains with sharp boundaries. These patterns are not random. They reflect underlying tissue biology. SpatialDE's job is to find them. SpatialDE uses Gaussian processes to model spatial patterns. For each gene, it fits a smooth function over the tissue coordinates. The key question: does this spatial model explain the data better than a flat, non-spatial model? The Gaussian process captures smooth spatial correlations. Nearby spots tend to have similar expression. For every gene, Spatial compares two models, one where expression depends on location, and one where it does not. A likelihood ratio test produces a p-value for each gene. Low p-value means the gene is significantly spatially variable. Test is run across all genes, with multiple testing correction to control false discoveries. The result is a ranked list of spatially variable genes. Top hits are genes with the strongest spatial patterns. They mark tissue domains, gradients, or boundaries. These are the census variables that actually tell you about geography. Non-spatial genes fade to the background, while spatially variable genes light up the tissue map.